Hello, good morning. Thanks for joining me this morning on our morning moment. We're looking at Mark chapter 15 today. If you want to open your Bibles, jump to it. I'm going to read it for you and we'll process through just a few things. Here we go. Mark chapter 15. Jesus is before Pilate and everyone in this makeshift trial that they're doing. Verse 1, very early in the morning, the chief priests with the elders, the teachers of the law, and the whole Sanhedrin, they had reached a decision. They bound Jesus, they led him away, and they handed him over to Pilate. "Are you the king of the Jews?" asked Pilate. "Yes, it is as you say," Jesus replied. The chief priests accused him of many things. So again, Pilate asked him, "Aren't you going to answer? See how many things they are accusing you of." But Jesus still made no reply, and Pilate was amazed. You know, when I look at this, you have several things wrong with how this night is going, especially in terms of religious practices that the Jews were engaging in, just to push Jesus out. When it comes to this, the reason why they needed Pilate involved was because Jewish law didn't allow for them to kill someone, let alone crucify someone. So they needed to get the Roman government involved. And so the best way to do that was to claim that Jesus was causing an insurrection. So how did they do that? He's claiming to be king. Because a king, well, that would escalate up to a level of Roman concern, to the point where they might even execute him if he truly was claiming to be king. And so Pilate addresses this matter, not because he wanted to, but more so because he didn't want to get into the bad graces of Caesar. And so in this initial trial, Pilate asks him, "Are you the king?" Jesus says, "Well, it is as you say." But even in this, we kind of get a glimpse that perhaps Jesus' definition for the word king and Pilate's definition for the word king are different. It's at this time that the Sanhedrin begins to throw all these other accusations, many of which are irrelevant. And really in this point, I think Pilate gets a better picture of what's going on here, that this is less to do with a guy trying to cause an insurrection and a riot, and more to do with, well, people's envy, their greed, their bitterness, their fear. And so he engages in the trial once again. But instead of talking, instead of responding, instead of defending himself, which Jesus was primed to do, because at this point the Sanhedrin, I imagine it looked like they were just trying to scrape at whatever they could find. Instead of proving his innocence, he stayed silent. And I think the beauty that I see in this is what held his tongue was love. As we finish our morning moment, I actually want us to take a moment to reflect on the magnitude and the impact of what it means when we see, "For God so loved you."